Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of In the Garage, in the Garden. We got a bright and early start this morning. Got me a good night's rest last night. A lot of shoveling. Those of you who've watched the In the Garden series, you can tell that had a screw up with 2 loads of dirt. Really added a lot of work to the process. But as you can see in the back, got me a fire started, getting rid of some junk. And I was trying to figure out a good way to spread all this dirt instead of having to shovel it again. The best I can guess, I shoveled in the last 2 days about 7.5 tons of dirt. If you didn't see it, watch the last video, In the Garage Garden Makeover, episode 5, I believe, and catch that. But I didn't want to have to shovel this stuff twice because I'm absolutely wore out. And so I came up with an ingenious plan. I don't know how good it's going to work. I think it's going to work good. I don't see why it wouldn't. But I'll spin you around. We'll take a look at it. So basically what I got is I had some 4x4s, scrap 4x4s that were laying in the storage building around back. And it dawned on me that I could use the holes in these blocks as leverage, put 2 of those 4x4s in there and get me a 2x4 and use that as a pivot point so that I could use my 2x4 here and just scrape across the top and get it. And I really don't see why that won't work. Those of you who watched episode 5 know the mess that was right here after hours and hours and hours and hours. Finally got all the dirt up out of the grass too. Dirt was probably from about right here all the way out through here, all the way back to about right here, something like that. And it was piled up probably this deep, I guess, and about 18 foot long or so, about 7.5 tons. I can't really blame it on the truck driver. He broke their rules. They're not supposed to get off either a gravel driveway or a concrete driveway, and because of septic tanks, field lines, water lines, underground utilities, stuff like that. And all of my field lines are in the back of the house. Septic tank, both septic tanks are in the back. Water comes in over here just past that tree and comes up about 30 feet back on the house. And then underground utilities is out there, and they come up here to about 15 feet back on the house there. So underground utilities are all the way against the property line over here. Water is basically all the way against the property line over there, and all the septic and field line is in the back. So he walked out through the front yard and didn't see, a reason why he couldn't. So he backed up. The thing is, if you're going to break the rules, go ahead and break them. That's my philosophy. If you're going to break the rules by getting off of a solid either driveway or gravel drive, then go ahead and line the truck up exactly where you want it before you dump. But yeah, it is what it is. We went to work and got her done. But we're gonna find out how well this scraper works. I'm tired of shoveling, guys. I'm wore out. And if you're wondering how I got all the dirt out of the grass, you're gonna laugh at me. Along this, my awesome Stanley shop vac. I talked about in a video, a couple of videos ago. Man, that thing, it just takes a beating and keeps going. But let's give this a look, see how it works. I don't see why it won't, so we'll see. Let's start back here. I don't want to put a ton of pressure on it, so I'll just scoop a little at a time. Ow, mashed my finger. I probably won't be able to get everything level. There's going to be some shoveling. I can only go with this, you know, maybe slightly lower than the level of the block, but it'll knock a whole lot of it out, I believe. Or at least put the dirt in a little bit better of a position closer, so I'm not having to shovel and throw the dirt quite so far. But I tell you guys, I found out that my back is nowhere near what it was in my 20s. But believe it or not, after all of that shoveling, not one time, day before yesterday or yesterday, did I wake up sore. I'm absolutely shocked. I figured the next couple of days at work would be absolute murder. But I may be in better shape than I thought I was. I like that. I like it a lot. And I'm sure that I'm not the first one to use this method. It seems too much of common sense for somebody not to have already figured that out. But for my little project, I'm going to take credit because I can. I need to get that dirt back there. So, I believe I need to put these about so. Something like that yonder. Tell you what, that's not exactly what I want. Let's try this. My wife is waving at me through the window. Is that what I want? I believe. Seems to work all right. I'm pretty happy with it. I think whatever keeps me from shoveling more than I have to shovel, I'm game. Guys, I haven't done that much shoveling. I remember one time when I was probably, funny story, when I was 13, 14 maybe, early teenager, I had got in trouble for something. I don't remember what it was, but the church where my dad was pastoring at the time, they were going to an amusement park, and for my punishment, not only was I not allowed to go, but Dad had a dump truck full of crush and run gravel delivered, and had it strategically placed at the very top of our driveway, which, if I can remember right, was probably it was probably 100-foot long driveway, slightly downhill. And my punishment was one shovel at a time, one wheelbarrow at a time, spread that gravel from the top of that driveway all the way down to the bottom. So that's probably the last time that I've done this much shoveling work. But thought you might enjoy that. It was that's a memory I look back on and smile now. I think I had said in a previous video, I had zero tolerance parents. None whatsoever. The only warning you got was the whipping you got for doing that the last time. That's the only warning. Ain't gonna be no more. But that's my story. So let's get back at this. See what we can get done. I'm not 100% convinced that all of this dirt is going to fit in here. It may not. And if that's so, then I'll throw some dirt back here around these bushes. I don't know what the name of these bushes are, but I'll throw it whatever I don't need, because it doesn't need to be 16 inches deep. You know, I had said in one of the videos, you know, the dirt's going to be 16 inches deep. It's not. The wall is 16 inches tall, and the dirt needs to be probably 6 inches shorter than that, because I've got about 4 inches of mulch I'm going to put on top of that. So I'm not convinced that all this dirt is going to fit. I don't know how to figure up square yardage when you add in depth. I don't know how to do that. I know how to figure up length, time, width, square footage, but when you add the third dimension depth, I sort of get lost. So I leave that up to the guys who deal with this. And they told me 9 yards. So there's 9 yards, 11,000 pounds. No, more than 11,000 pounds. It's 11 tons, 22,000 pounds. Yeah. All right, guys, get back at it. Some of this back here. Some of it up here. Yes, ma'am. What you got? Huh? They could only keep up with it for so long. That kind of cancer hormone. Thank you. Thank you, babe. It's working pretty good, I think. Thank you, baby. Well, guys, it worked for what I needed it to do. It probably knocked out a good hour of shoveling. So, but we're still gonna have to shovel, which I knew we would. But thanks for visiting. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy it, hit the like button down there. Share my channel. Help me build this thing. I'm going to be doing all kinds of things. I actually have a car show today if the rain holds off. So I'm going to get this shoveled and then I'm going to pull the truck out and give it a quick wash, and we might shoot a video from the car show. But yeah, I'm not for sure where all this YouTube channel is going to go. I'm into all kinds of just DIY stuff, whether it's small engine, big engine, industrial engine, industrial machinery, turns out garden. So I've got several directions, and I might go in all the directions. I might put everything on here and just let it be one of those Heinz 57 YouTube channels that's got everything. And then again, I might separate it into strictly automotive, you know, and strictly DIY projects. Not for sure. I don't have tons of time to edit videos. I don't even know how to edit a video. This is brand new. This may be the 9th or 10th video that I've ever shot. So, you know, I don't know how much I want to get into editing and versus how much I want this to be uncut where you catch everything. But anyway, guys, enough rambling. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell. That way you get notified. But we'll catch you on the next video.